special piggy bones. Oh, said the piggy, that's not fair.
Yes, indeed. Of course, a pleasant good night to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central in Trinidad. Our friends in Tobago. Tobago, we have not heard from you for some time. I see things are looking good. I see you all getting agricultural loans, cheap loans. I see that pregnant women giving birth. I see you getting a special birth package. Yes, indeed. We get that yet in Trinidad. So Tobago, call us and let us know tonight what are some of the things that you are looking forward to. And I know that the budget is coming up not too far from now, where, of course, you haven't gone through that exercise already. And I know the expectations are high. But I see you got a new cargo ship as well, a new cargo boat, and it is working wonders, I understand. But call us and let us know. Of course, those of you who are across the globe, whether in the United States, whether in Europe, or whether in Asia, whether in Africa, well, of course, a pleasant good day to you, whatever time of the day it is in your neck of the woods, so to speak. Your host, of course, host plural here, Dr. COP, and of course, Lennox Smith. We have a bumper program for you tonight.
A chicken and a cardi can go. Chicago, Betty Gotti and Inni Mining Mo. Them was happy days, really happy days. School days was happy days. Friends, romance, countrymen, the world is a stage. To do or not to do, this is the question. The quality of mercy is not strain, it's pain for every young woman. Hickory, mountain, a monkey on the roof. Siggily, marbles.
Well, of course, school days, happy days. Well, as we were saying, 22,000 young persons in Trinidad and Tobago would have completed their secondary school. The termination of which also meant that they would have done their CXC exam, even though the CXC officials are saying that about 30,000 across the region did not do the exam for one reason or another. I believe it's because people believe they will fail and they don't want to face that humiliation, so they ain't go to the exam. But we will look at that later down the road. That is regional here. I'm not talking about, of course, Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what portion of that is Trinidad and Tobago. But the fact is that congratulations is in order for all of those persons. Whether you did well or not, whether you could have done better is irrelevant at this point in time. You have another opportunity to, of course, do the exam again. That is most important. And try. You will succeed at last. Standing at the foot, gazing at the sky, how could you get up, boy or girl, if you never try? So you must understand that trying does not mean failure. What it means is that you are gaining experience, and therefore the subject that you might fail last time, you would know exactly what you did wrong, and therefore should be able to pass it on the next occasion. And even if you don't, then you go again, because you would know what that succeeding failure would have. You would have been able to evaluate why it is that you failed. So let us not feel that is the alpha and omega. That is not the beginning and the ending. What is important that you get up, dust your butt, and get up and do some work in order to make sure that you are successful in the area that you would have. All right, so congratulations to those who did the exam. Congratulations to those who got what they were looking for. Congratulations to those who didn't do too well. But of course, as I said, in this world, there are some things that you can do over and over and get the result that you desire. Well, of course, these exams, CXC exams, is one of them. All right, so I want to congratulate all of Trinidad and Tobago and all those persons who, in the first instance, would have done the exam, and secondly, if you did well, and if you didn't, don't feel that is the end of the world. You go again, all right, in spite of the challenges, all right? So Yeah, but we have a problem in Trinidad and Tobago. It's called money. So let us, because after that they will be looking at money. Let me just go and make sure that Mr. Dr. COP is in studio with us. But before that, let me just put in that particular tune about money, because at the end of the day, people, when you would have completed your exam, you're going to look for work. And if you don't have a job, well, you just don't have money. So therefore, we don't want to have money worries, having regard to the fact that these days, good times are coming.
Ay, 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 ay. I'm on worries, I'm on trouble. Oh, yo, 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 yo. I'm on worries, I'm on trouble. Anywhere you go, it's the same cry. Yes, money worries. Money worries. Anywhere you go, ay, 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 ay. I'm only worries. To have a comfortable place of rest, a nice car to drive. Anything you need these days, money is the only answer. Yeah, anywhere you go, ay, 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 ay. Money worries, money worries. Anywhere you go, it's the same. Yes, money worries. Money worries. Everyone would like to live happy, eating and wearing the best in life. But to really do so, my friends, money is the only problem. Yes, anywhere you go, it's the same. Money worries, money worries. Anywhere you go, money worries.
Yes, good night, Dr. COP. Good night. You hear
Good
me loud
night,
and
good,
clear?
good night to you, Lennox Smith. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear, my friend, as if you are next to me. That's to tell you how clear. All right. So I thought we should have these young people focus now on their various careers, their various vocations, and their various skills that they must develop in order to move Trinidad and Tobago forward, because they would have just left school. Some of them would have done well, some of them may not have done as well as they would like, but the fact is that they have other opportunities coming and they must remain steadfast and very tenacious. And it is against that background we applaud all the young people who did, of course, the exam. Results came out, I think, yesterday, and the CXC have some complaints, but we'll deal with that later down the road. But I thought it's important for them to look for money now. All right, my friend. Well, having said that, let me just ask you to make your introductions.
Good night to you, Lennox Smith, and to all the listeners and viewers of the Corridor Transformation.
Yes, good night to
Thank
you
you for
as well.
listening on the Corridor Transformation. I see you on YouTube at all. I see nothing there. You hook up everything yet?
Yes, everything hook up. I'm seeing you outside in our monitoring system here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
just see
you better check and see.
I-
You better check and see, because I am up and running, and I'm seeing you right now in our monitoring system in studio, and we're hearing you loud and clear. So check again,
Yeah.
check again. All right,
Yeah.
people, but of course subscribe as
Yes,
you see.
yes.
Yeah, right, okay, right. So
Yes.
that is settled. So let's hear your opening remarks,
It's just-
because we have a
it's just
proper
a-
program tonight.
Yeah. Well, Lennox Smith it's nice to know that all the children and them that do good. the ones of them that do good based on the choices that the parents make and the support that the parents give, that is why they do good. The ones of them who fail, some of them parents of them try, but TikTok and iPhone, sometimes them things disturb them. But what amazed me is to see the Guyana, the education in Guyana, how people rush in Guyana now to educate themselves. And the young guy, 21 years, just not 21 years, just finished school, the qualifications he gets alone, 21 subjects, 21 ones, and people going Guyana now to study. Everybody used to be rushing Trinidad. Here, all curriculum islands be running Trinidad over here to educate themselves. Now, now what going on? What going on? Why we just have so much of children failing? Why we have so much of children failing? I want to applaud the young girl from Davy High that topped the school too, a young African girl. I give she 10 out of 10 for that for she academic work. And Trinidad, we have to do something because in Trinidad and Tobago, Lennox, we just spend $5 and $6 billion a year in education.
Yeah. Well, of course, we have someone on the line already. I think the lines have started to
I want to know why I'm not seeing you on my laptop.
Make a check because I'm seeing you, and I want to ask this caller if you are getting a good reception on your device and whatever platform that you're. Well, of course, it has to be YouTube that you are working from. But go ahead, caller.
This is Diego Martin.
Hey, Diego Martin.
And clear.
Loud and clear. All right, good.
COP, he's seen vividly, and you too, Lennox. And
Good, thank you very much.
No, the topic you're talking about is why Guyana is doing so good. And it comes back to their structure. First of all, if you have a good parental foundation, you have the foundation. But one of the things that the PNM have mashed up is the continuous assessment component for the children 6 to 12 years or so. We had it in Trinidad only for standard 4 and standard 5. Guyana has continuous assessment right through the system, from early childhood to common entrance level. I think they call it grade 6 or grade 7 or something like that.
Okay.
So they are basically continuously assessing children and then making the adjustment. They are proactive. So that is why it took some time, but that is why they basically excel in the CXC. It's basically the same syllabus, you know. It's the same syllabus right through.
No, it's not basic. It is the same thing, the same exam they do in the various countries set by CXC.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, officials in Barbados. Go ahead, yes.
Look, for example, one of the basic textbook for mathematics, for CAPE subjects, for CXC, CSEC, and CAPE 1 and CAPE 2. The most popular book is done by a fella by the name of Tulsi, who is a Guyanese, and he came to Trinidad and basically taught. So there's two texts, Mathematics 1 and Mathematics 2, that all schools basically use it. So they have a system designed to deliver on education. No, I hope I ain't changing your program, eh?
Not at all. No, you go right ahead, man. We accommodate. That's why we are here, to be as flexible as possible. So you go ahead.
Well, I see they have been served and they found out the two trustees, I see Leston and Atela. Right. And they're working to do, you know what the amazing thing? I didn't see Sanjeev Voodoo tear up and burn the service of it. They were very, very quiet. So things is happening. Now, one of the things is that one of the trustees who they're looking for is out of the country. Eh? I feel the smelling the rat who they're looking for. So it have people inside this because most of the filings in court is sealed there. So you can't get information about it.
Yes.
But the PNM could get the information, put it outside it to deflect.
Yes.
So our police commissioner said, and this is what's frightening, he got information from who? The intelligence agent, the SSA, and from special branch. As soon as he got that information, he went to Homeland Security
I'm supposed to be hearing that here.
some emergency leave.
And any
And he
program,
went
yeah?
out of the country. What we have
Why do
been
they
told is if you went to UK or if you went to Atlanta, where FBI is, and UK, I will tell you about the UK just now. But as soon as he come back, I don't know if it was another tip-off. Remember the AG say in the Leon's business, was it a tip-off?
Yes.
Then he went and changed the name. Well, I want to know if Small Pen got a tip-off because he fly out the country right away. So that is another sign to tell me something. Now, if you go into the UK, you have several things to investigate. The seven gang financing, and you have to remember it had a lady by the name and Natalie Harford,
Yes.
who still thing, right?
Right.
They say she was linked to that, right?
Right.
They had with cousin Leon said he had big meeting with them,
Right.
but it have a slam dunk case with tight pants. And the indemnity
And wasn't showing up.
basically wanted to cover up so a man don't pay tax in the UK.
Uh-huh.
So you remember that one?
Yes.
So that is one. And this morning I hear. Remember last night I brought to your attention. If the money go out and come back, and like
Yes.
somebody say, because knows getting money in some way, it went to some way Guyana and all kind of thing.
That was the fake oil scenario, right? With AV Drilling wire a subsidiary of AV Drilling wire transfer some monies through the American system to Rowley, but of course this was Rollins.
Right. So that is
yeah.
why our AG and our KPB do said, look, banking transaction, all kind of things tie up. No, I believe something is happening because they were served today. Within 14 days, they have to go to court and probably file a statement and things like that. So things happening readily. It's not 2010, 2015. They know exactly where they have to go and what they have to do. And he say he know the playbook and he come in for all of them. As I say, as a coconut drop, everything going down. No. The other thing, and this is being facetious, they say the Star lose how much pounds? 27 pounds?
Yes, Mr. Stag, yes. Sabga, yes. Sabga, yes.
I think the wrong is 28 pounds
20,
to lose.
Yeah, 28 or 29, yeah, they're about it. 29 pounds, in fact, yeah. Go ahead.
But look where I'm going with it. You know, in the British system, 28 pounds is 2 stones.
Yeah.
So she has no testicular fortitude or cojones. She bad talking our prime minister in secret. So why she don't come out in public and say yes? So that's why I say 28 pounds, 2 stones. She has no balls.
Yeah, no balls. All right, my friend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. It's only a trade. Only a trade, Adrian. COP, I'm not senior. I'm not senior on the system. What's happening there? And I hear some background noise. Getting some background noise from you, COP. I'm not senior on the system. You want me to you want me to revisit? Send back another link? Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me, COP? All right, we'll just send. We have lost COP. What I'll do, I'll send him another link. So therefore, we will start all over again because it appears that he's getting some problems on his side. But we want to make sure we have all inputs tonight. So let us not.
You see
Let
when
us.
I
All
shut
right.
off like that, yeah, so
Oh
let
boy.
us start all over again.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it all over again because I want to make sure that we don't have any problems tonight. So I'm going to switch off and come back in. All right. Yes, I think we better do that. All right. In the meantime, people, of course, let's hear the music in terms of the background. And you young people, it is about making money at this point in time. And of course, we all have at this point in time money worries, yes. But I think the song is dedicated or would symbolize or emblemize the fact that that is a necessity because food, shelter, clothing, all of that, that requires, of course, some financial outlay.
Ay, 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 ay. I'm on the worries. I'm on the trouble.
A pleasant good night. Welcome.
Ay, 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 ay.
Worries is only a set of worries. Oh, yo. A pleasant good night to everybody.
I hear you. I hear
And
you.
welcome to the corridor transformation. And all in sundry. Subscribe, like, and share for everybody. So Uncle Lennox will not have any worries. And all the young people, you know, all in trying times. And the whole economy is a set of worries. Oh, what to do? That Uncle Lennox,
Hey, yeah, man.
you see tonight's topic?
You add something nice here, man. I like that. You're singing
Huh?
bubbling.
Oh, God, I'm afraid. But
I hear
after that,
you.
good night to each and everyone. In Jesus'
Yes.
name. But Uncle Lennox,
Hey,
I never know how to pray. But since I see the PNM lost this election, I start to pray. And you know what? These people, them say they love youths. They question my prime minister. She abandoned the youths. She had no policy for the youths. They care about the youths. But it's a lucky thing I had is used to be talking to us. I will show a little quorum in my speech.
I hear you.
Because just imagine, fellas like who making that Foster comments, the integrity of an individual, especially them of the PNM who serve in a cabinet. Lucky thing is in a cabinet, they can lock them and throw away the key now. Because here what's going on. The integrity of a person is what make an individual upright. But them so, they lie so much. Then they sleep standing up. Because, Uncle Lennox, you tell me, you working with the youth in your area, and this is 1 month, you had over 3,000 young people pass through your office as you said, place of opportunity looking for. And you telling me that is under the PNM and the parents, that's what they say. The sins of the parents, this fall on the child. And other young people, it's so hard to know and heartbreaking that all they come out of school in that time when the economy and opportunity it comes in only 5 and 3s. Because here what's going on. We have 28,000 earlier, and the opportunity is only a little bit. Now the education, the qualification to getting them thing, it gets so competitive. As you miss, you lost. Regroup and come again. Just imagine all them beat last year set, still looking. That is 16,000 last year, and this one is 32,000 on. And other young people have to be creative. And here what's going on. please try and get all yourself in groups. Come to Uncle Lennox. Try and get a product, create product. If it's in fashion, it have an industry and an opportunity for designers. Come in and order, talk to Uncle Lennox. See what a little assistance and guidance all can get. Uncle Lennox start looking for up the Caribbean and marketing their product. Who don't have ideas? Because in point 14, they don't start in the culinary arts, baking and doing, right? No, the consumption of the country dropped because money is a problem. The circulation of money is short. So we had to look outside at Trinidad, and maybe we had to start looking at Tobago. Guyana is a upcoming economy to sustain, and to get in that country to do business is something you have to do government to government and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So who have legit, who looking for work, who have qualification, talk to Uncle Lennox. Let me see the resume, go online and check it out, bring it the information. And their way, Uncle Lennox had to shake and really shake the Foreign Affairs Minister to see it happen and make it happen. Because right now, Guyana looking for skilled people and other engineers. So if all they have it, and look and see what other market in fashion, right, to sell product to them. So while the grass growing, this is what they say, the horse starving. But we have to find ways and means. You all remember what a susu look like? Everybody put something together. Then here what's going on now is a little car wash, a little program to go and look for a little grass cutting, go down in the market, see the market, because there is not no stigma, right? And try and hustle, pick up orders, to be innovative. Take up orders on a Sunday morning to take the market to people. There is that could be a sideline hustle. So you pass and you tell people that Sunday what you would like to get. You make the market for them. And when you start off now, you can start to buy wholesale. And you get it cheaper. And you package it and it bundles and you distribute. And you get your money for transport. So just imagine in your area, if you do it for 10 people, that is 10 person, and you bring home your mother market stuff one time. Eh? So that is the way we have to do. Because good paying jobs is on the decline. Sustainable pension is only when we get investors to come in to invest now, then it will pick up. So while the grass growing, rain falling, but yet still, the grass still brown, the horse is starving. So Uncle Lennox, you see this topic tonight? We're talking about it, but you see COP? I want to hear what you have to say. So COP, after that, good night to you and your family. But you see this topic? I stay clear. You see with young people and the working, that I afraid them beat me. Because here what's going on. I can offer and give them a good advice the way to go and look for work. Because Tulum and GDP, it could sell and build $100 billion business. So if I go and tell them, buy molasses and buy dry corn and roast it and make jalebi, they will kick more up. Because when they check the price of molasses and they check the price of coconut, you will tell me who buying a jalebi, a little thing to choke you when they eat it for $10? Who eating a little black ball when they don't make it for $12? You want me get like Uncle Lennox? So Uncle Lennox, before COP tell me, right, give the young people advice, I'll leave it for you and COP to talk. I'll listen. A pleasant good night.
Well, a pleasant good night to you as well, my friend. And I want to tell you as well, I don't want to be pessimistic or disencouraging, but the last person who told Lavatil people to, of course, take a little tray and sell, of course, tulum and sweetie by the side of Lady Young Road, for example, near the flower. Well, he tried that a second time in the Beatum. He went there, of course, when the people were flooded out, and didn't bring a hamper. And of course, they bathed him down with dirty water. I'm talking about Heinz. So I share your trepidation and your fear, and that people will of course resent you for that kind of suggestion. You see, if it was me, not only would I fill my car with a whole set of maybe $100, $150 hampers, and then go in there, they would love me. They would have loved me. They would have take me up over the water and cry me over the water. But he didn't do that. He went saying that he is the big Fitzgerald Hines, acting Attorney General at the time. And then of course, he was chased out. He had both, first time I see a man exercise both aerodynamic and hydrodynamic at the same time. And he did better than Christ. He run on water. So so I understand your fear, partners, and your trepidation. If it was me, in the case of the Tulum, I would have said, listen, we're looking at foreign markets. We're looking at a niche market, and we'll find a way to mechanize the whole process rather than having to roll a Tulum or a tamban ball with your hand. And of course, we're looking for US dollars. That is the kind of vision one expects that a person with the authority of being an elected representative would give to his burgesses and or his constituents. And once you lack that, as the Bible says, a place that lacks vision certainly will perish. And of course, well, instead of the community is still there, but he has perished. His political life has come to an end. Let's go to the line. Sorry about that. I wanted to get, of course, doctor input in that, but let's go to the line, and then, of course, we will return to Dr. COP. Good night. Welcome.
Yeah, Dr. Lennox.
Yes, man.
Good night to you, sir.
Good night to you as well.
Yeah, well, I heard you playing a tune there, Money Worries. I don't like to hear that tune at all, you know. Because I going through that phase, you know what I mean?
Well, it's good that you get daily reminders. What I'm hoping is that you are motivated to get out of the money worries and then begin the process of sumptuous living. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, but under all of that money worries, what I do know, definitely, that PNM cannot be the answer.
But no one in Trinidad and Tobago in the right mind will look at PNM for any motivation. They and all have money worries. Right.
Yeah.
At one time, they pretended that they didn't have because it was people's money they were taking to build that monstrosity. That is now the subject of let's say, judicial investigation. Let me put it that way. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I want to go back to Rowley. And every time I think about this man, I just start to laugh. You know? I can't help but laugh. Right?
You're so angry.
His accent come. Yeah. Yeah, well, if I laugh,
you're born insane like them. Yeah, I agree with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I could remember many years back when I go by the U.S. Embassy. I used to go all 2 in the morning and wait, right? And it was very strict back then. I don't know where the position now because I haven't traveled for quite a while.
Okay.
But the U.S. Embassy, nobody have any jurisdiction to tell them what to do, right?
That's right.
No prime minister, no government.
Anybody with a modicum of common sense. But I've often said, had the opportunity or occasion to say, that within the PNM, common sense is not as common as one would think. Go ahead.
Yeah, but this man have to be honest. because he was in government up to 2024, where election was called. Well, he demit office sometime in December 2024, also, and hand the reins to Stuart Young. Right, so he would have known all the policies and procedures when it comes to the USA. Candice Bond, who was the ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago under Biden, could you remember that she was given the hummingbird?
Yes, I remember that. Somebody mentioned that, and they had a little problem with it.
So he of all people would know the policies of. He of all people would know the policy of the U.S. embassies. And if you remember clearly, also he also gave Dr. Frederick the highest award.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, he did. He partnered in that questionable honorary doctorate in the United States. Orchestrated really to meet Biden. Because they were persona non grata up to that time. Is when Biden realized that he's part of, he was, this is alma mater, university-wise, had been honoring Rowley. He said, well, if they're honoring me and honoring Rowley, he had to be a good man. So he said, I didn't know that you were such a, I thought you were, in other words, ordinary third world operative, something words to that effect. And after that, of course, Rowley used it and massage it and end up, of course, in the State Department and other access he was then given for obvious reasons. But it was part of a orchestration. That is how Rowley is. He orchestrated the emails. He orchestrated, of course, the Vince Nelson matter. He orchestrated, of course, the scuttling of that commissioner of police shortlist and causing almost the impeachment for the first time of a sitting president, Paula May Weeks. I'm sure that she would have given him some choice words why he ended up, of course, confessing that it was he who made that intervention and caused the entire Police Service Commission at that time to, of course, resign. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that you didn't play Shadow's Snake in the Balize because that is a tune I hear beaten all through 91.9.
You'll get it, man. You'll get it. Don't frighten.
Yeah. I think I'll end here because I was going to raise an issue, but I do like to raise an issue that I do like hearsay thing.
I hear you.
But I understand that. There's some kind of problem with Manning and PNM. I don't know. I only heard a little portion.
No, you can say it here, man. That has been brewing for some time. One of the shakers and movers in the San Fernando East constituency seem to be giving Manning some serious challenge. And Manning has written to the leadership of the party, the executive, saying that since this person happened to also be on the executive, he finds it strange that she is in the constituency, at the constituency level, manipulating and managing things. It appears that there's a falling out between both of them, and that may not be resolved pretty soon. Quite apart from the overall collapse of the PNM, or the collapsing edifice called the PNM, of course, which they still claim to be great as the PNM, and it is clear that it is now in shambles.
Yeah, but it comes back to the old saying, whom the God wished to destroy, they first send them mad. And this seems to be
they have all gone
the order of the day with them.
Yeah.
All right, so you take care, my friend.
Yes, my friend. I'm talking too much, and I know that we had an interruption with COP. So COP, make your input, please.
Okay, all right, so take care.
Yes, thank you. COP, are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear. Yes, loud and clear.
As soon as I don't know why you do that for spite. Pleasant night, welcome.
Hello?
No.
Yes, good night.
Good night, Mr. Lennox and COP.
Yes, man.
Lennox, I here playing actual money worries, and everybody have money worries. But them two playing, them rich about the savannah yet. It a pan and powder, be. All you can leave all the frustration, all the stress out there. Go and take it to the national pan and the powder, because I don't see penny because passing through the crowd there.
I'm familiar. They're not too far from me, right across the street from
here. I know you right in the city there, you get in that life, but I behind the car in the bridge now, so I hope maybe sitting so. Next time I could be done with pan and powder. But I see Karma come back and Ben a ball.
You see what?
You know that young lady who fighting for Brian Manning seat? You know that allegedly that one a Rowley child mother? You know she had 2 children resemble Rowley?
That all that is part and parcel of the mix, what we have been hearing through the grapevine and from reliable sources. But go ahead.
Lennox, when I fight in politics have no rules when you fight stink and dirty and careless and fearless. So you have to see the things. So Karma and Brian Manning, Rowley, Glenn Lucky too, mash up Manning, correct. The good things you are doing for this country, and he want to work with that man. And Rowley wife, child mother, coming out to take your seat. You are back, you supposed to be fighting for your party. And lick down Bobby head and Rowley and come out and talk and tell me the money they make, how they get that money to build that 3-story building. We want to come out and talk. We have room for any UNC, you know. Those guys need to come out and talk because we see court documents going. The police are them serious. We not club Rowley, you know, silver bracelet. They must have a copper bracelet. They must get copper rash. And go up in the jail for all that money they take for people in the West Corridor and that stuff, right? And now they come down and go and say what the law for people. But Lennox, one more thing by this, Mission Baba. You know that guy?
Yeah, good friend of mine.
Mission Baba, like that, the man in Wassa or something there?
Yeah, chairman of Wassa, and I think he has a position in TSCT as well.
All that play guy, that good friend of yours.
Yeah.
That guy, I go tell you Nation more about that guy, you know. Because in the earlies with that guy, who rocked with that guy, was a give me a grass cutting walking in Wassa in the earlies or something, you know. In the earlies, you know. And then before I was coming and crying out that thing in there, I sang and talked to the general, the boss, wrong the wrong table, I bring in documents, this, that thing with it. I go to the show with that guy. Someone else said, show the true colors on Lennox. I come out and because I talk.
Yeah, I have my own concerns.
That guy is a wicked, evil guy. I had that guy by Lennox. I find the guy right place. So I'm to you. I'm to COP. I'm to all them guys and them who are fighting and talking. Right now, my brother spent about $200,000 in phone card, you know. You can make back that money right now. So they don't want to make money, Lennox. That guy, fireborn that guy. Bless.
I hear you, my friend. Everybody have the axe to grind, I suppose. And yours is no exception. And no one is exceptional at any rate. Yeah, I think you have the chance now, Doctor. Oh boy.
KFC is in under the belt. KFC is in under the belt.
You don't have a chance. Somebody's calling. Pleasant good night. Welcome to the corridor.
A pleasant good night to you, Uncle Lennox.
Yes, man.
And all in sundry. Share the live, subscribe, and like. COP, tell them on the live. Put in something on the chat. Yeah. So, KFC, the hell going on? You forget to ask Brian Manning to give, if he comes in the UNC, we would like to get called a hat number, please. And I want to ask him, if he comes in the UNC, Brian Manning, that is, I want because you saw me doggy Cooper, I might see him, right? But I want to ask Brian Manning 2 numbers I want. One, I want to get the number for Calder Hat so that we can ask him the question how he father Patrick Manning cross overrun. And the second question, he was the chairman NIS and NIPDEC, which he controlled the people money for them to get a pension after they don't work at the age of 60. How he managed it and what was the return? So that was the question I want to ask. I could give you a little brief. So we were just asking for a friend now. So Brian Manning, you see the investment you're going to do, I hear everybody was talking about 100 million. So, Brian, you can tell me any special voters on them, right? If the woman who did defend you and say that then the EBC told it down and after election they give her a reply. I wonder now how it is all the fighting now for position to govern. Is it that the cabal in the PNM coming home to roost? So the nice thing about it, all I want to say tonight, that we had 32,000 young people under the age of 18 and under suffering right now again for opportunity. So, and Uncle Lennox, what I really call to tell you, right? I like how you interpret my sentence, but be the teacher in front of the class. I can't tell you go in front of the class. I don't tell you go behind the class now and lecture to them because the front is no longer for you. You want to go behind and talk for them to hear you now because they see what you're saying and what you're hearing. Well interpret so that the foreign market is what we was looking for. And I like how you interpret my sentence and you're reading them now. So after that, good night again. Later.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. COP, let's see if we can get you to put in your 2 pence. Go ahead. COP? COP? Boy. You having a little problem there?
He was going good. He was going good.
Yeah,
Lennox,
I just said
he was going good. He was going good.
Your introductions and everything else because nobody seemed to be giving you that opportunity. So go ahead quickly.
That is when you know a program. That is when you know a program. Being part of the program. The showing interest and being part of the program. The only thing I will advise is that all the time when you call, encourage more callers. All them new listeners and them because you can't tell me that 209 and you 209 person on YouTube and 4 or 5 callers on them. Always show interest and be part of the program. I don't expect everybody to like me. Not everybody has good taste.
Yeah, and I want to say to that too as well because by chance because I don't look at the chat, but by chance I did today. And somebody was saying about the numbers. I want to say, listen. The longest it was Confucius, the Chinese philosopher, who said the longest journey begins with a single step. All right.
I agree with that.
So we have now we have now started, and by the time that program last night, if you go now, you will see over 1,000, and that has been the trend. So I am not perturbed about persons' commentary, even though I would prefer them keep it to themselves, because of course the fact that they could say that. While contributing to the numbers, it speaks volume to them, about them, and it has nothing to do.
And it just wasn't.
The intention
it just
is
wasn't,
to try to lambaste. Yes.
It just wasn't water that Fitzgerald Hines run from. It was tutu water.
Yeah, that's right.
It was defecate water. Yeah, what type of black man in the 21st century become MP for a constituency that representing black people? And I tell them to go and register a company, help them open a business, but tell them go and make tulum and tamban ball and sugar cake and go somewhere and sell. What type of black man in the 21st century does do that? A craviscious and a greedy person, a wicked and a vindictive person who ambition is to benefit and what's supposed to be the citizen's own, the Burgess's own. It's somebody like that. And that is what they did. What the people supposed to benefit, they stole it. Until they go and make Tulum and Tamran Ball.
Yeah. Imagine that they have the audacity, the temerity, the gall, the effrontery, the boldfaceness to come in front of us and tell us that and believe that we are total and absolute nincompoops.
Them feel MC mean master ceremony alone.
I agree with you, but I wouldn't repeat. I wouldn't repeat the other meanings. No.
Well, no, go with master ceremony.
Yeah, but last night, of course, we did highlight the public service Association and indeed the fight for the WASA workers. Well, I want to tell you that Felicia has gotten what she was fighting for, or put another way, what the concerns about the WASA workers that would have been raised. I'm going to let her tell you herself, but after the next call. Let's go to the call one time. Pleasant good night. Welcome to the corridor.
Yeah. Good night. This is Sacramento calling.
Yes, man.
Good night to everybody. Good night to COP. What I want to good night to everybody. Right? That's the first thing. What I want to say tonight, we're talking about education. Huh?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, among other things. But go ahead.
Yeah. But I want to say this, Mr. Fitzgerald Hines lucky that was only mud water the throw on him. You understand?
Yes.
But what I want to say too, let me just say this. Education is, let me see if I can put it in the right context. Right? Okay. Now you can't to teach is real patience. You have to have patience. You have to have and when you're in authority too, when you have that authority over people, right? You have to have a certain courage to really take things out. If you develop a negative road and you in leadership and you're going down a negative road, what will eventually happen is that you'll create towards the public, you'll create what is called a generational curse. And it's like a curse that has happened under the piano. Right? You follow what I'm doing?
Yes, go ahead.
Now,
Yes.
Okay. I had a friend at one time who he was running a mechanic shop.
Yes.
Right? And he had a student who was learning. Right? Now this man was an elderly person, but you know how these people sometimes used to believe in beating.
Mm-hmm.
No, there was a job to be done, and what happened? The apprentice spoiled the thing, right? And the owner of the shop picked up, I think, and hit him too much, right? But the thing is, he should have never done that because the boy's parents turned against the mechanic, right? You know. Now, all he had to do was to put forward an example to the apprentice, which he never did. But when the boy spoiled it, he took up something and he beat it. Now, most of us sometimes would have passed through that in school, that kind of thing too, right? Where you're learning something and the teacher gets vexed. When you're teaching, you can't get vexed, you know. It's a creative thing you're doing. So, you know, right now too with me, I'm still learning, right? So what I'm saying, when you're in authority, right, you can't just do anything haphazardly. You have to have that kind of thing within you. It's like it's a worldview that you must have something in you to change things for the better. Right? Now I'm also looking at the fact that Usain Bolt, right? Even though I think he had some problems the other day with some financial thing he was going through, but this guy, Usain Bolt, set up institutions in Jamaica, which created generational wealth for the Jamaicans around him, right? And I think that is the way that you have to go. He inspired a lot of people. So learning, we have to get that kind of a thing within us to do the best that we can.
Yes.
You follow what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Right? When even with teaching, you have to do the best that you can.
Yeah.
Right? You don't just let it fall just like that. If somebody is doing something and you're teaching them something and they can't get it, sometimes even with me, right? If I'm doing something and I can't get it right yet, I will put it down and come again, right? Later on to try again. So it's a matter of try and try until you get it right.
Succeed at last. Yeah, standing at the foot, gazing at the sky. How can you get up there if you never try? And though you may fall from time to time, you will eventually succeed at last. I think that is
that is how by the Jamaican Jimmy Cliff.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Try and try again until you get it right. We must try and try. We succeed at last.
Yes,
that is the kind of thing that I'm talking about.
All right, thank you very much for that. Thanks very much for that intervention. Of course, as I was saying, that Felicia apparently she got what she fought for, and this is how she expressed it in video.
Pleasant good afternoon to all members of the Civil Service Statutory Tobago House of Assembly. This is your President, Felicia Thomas, and I'm here to give you another update on your negotiations. %10 is here. Today, the executive of the PSA met with the personnel department and received a formal offer on your behalf of 10%. Comrades, I must say, promise made, yet another promise kept. I must thank the Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar for her commitment, for ensuring that the promises made on that workers' agenda continue to roll out. And of course, thanks to the Honorable Minister of Finance for the work that he has done in ensuring that 10% was a possibility today. To both and to the administration, they continue to put workers on the agenda, and for that, we must be thankful. But I must comment that I'm seeing people running around like vampires in the sun. Every time they hear 10%, every time it seems as though public officers getting closer to receiving 10%, it tears them up inside. Well, to you, I have to say, eat your heart out. 10% is real, 4% is off the table, long gone, and long live public officers and their 10%. Have a good day, folks.
Well, there you have it, people. You heard it for yourself. That after, of course, what I consider to be, it wasn't a furor, but certainly it was some concerns. And of course, last night you saw where Barry Padarat, the minister responsible for WASA, was walking with the workers. And of course, she, the president of that particular entity, says to, of course, Marvin Gonzalez, well, listen, shut your mouth and stay out of people's business because you're trying to mash up WASA. That's what she retorted. You know, he's so bold-faced. He still made a public statement. I think he called a press conference, and he said that he shifted the goalposts a little bit by saying that he is an elected representative, and as a consequence, he has a duty and responsibility, of course, to treat with these matters. And it's in that context, you know, if she didn't get that, or had some inclination to ask the PNM to assist, you know, his music would have been something totally different. But because he was rejected, and because she told him, remember your history, because it's you trying to mash up WASA, he comes out now and trying to take what I consider to be a middle road. But there is no middle road, brother. You is the man who only said that he brought it because you know not about WASA. But it was to, of course, take the surgical knife and surgically cut out the belly of the organization by talking about secretively the amount of person that was supposed to be dismissed at every level. Don't try to play what I consider to be holier than thou. And now that you are in a state of what I consider to be self-righteous indignation, And even in that circumstance, you have proven to be a total and absolute failure. Let's hear Felicia again, the president of the PSA, in that, of course, let's say, not opportunity, but the fact that she was able to negotiate and get what they were asking for, that is the trade union, for the WASA workers.
A pleasant good afternoon to all members of the civil service, statutory authorities, and the Tobago House of Assembly. This is your President, Felicia Thomas, and I'm here to give you another update on your negotiations.
But she have it fresh. You know, long time you had to go to the bakery and get fresh, hot hops bread.
You gotta eat it just so. You gotta eat it just so long time.
Well, them
but Lennox,
eating.
Lennox,
yeah.
You could tell me.
Doctor, good night, Trinidad and Tobago. Good night, worldwide.
You tell me, Minister.
Let me take the caller first.
Yeah, take the caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, good night, Doctor. Good night, COP. Good night, Trinidad and Tobago. Good night, worldwide.
Good night.
Doctor, I think if I is the Prime Minister of Trinidad right now, I go in and drive a serious agricultural drive. Yeah, I go on that. I mean, it have other things. Well, you've seen about every other thing, but I think we supposed to be driving a serious agricultural drive, and encourage the youths and make it attractive now. And you're paying them, you know what I mean? You're paying them, right? And they produce something, you could try and get it outside the country, I think there is
export some of the things that you grow here, and utilize to the optimum the factory that they created for the preservation of these items. That when they are in plenty, you can now, of course, preserve so that you maintain good price. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Because if you check it out, right, there's a lot of unemployment, right? And if you and once you really genuine and come out to build the country, right, you will organize that in a profitable way, right? And you make it attractive to the youth and thing. You understand? So I think we supposed to be looking at that very serious, right? Because as I say, look at how much unemployment, right?
Yes.
Have to do if we do something, right? If we do something serious, things will just we might end up. Well, you see how Haiti and them places end up.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, of course, I'm very optimistic because the Minister of Agriculture, Ravi Ratiram, he did make certain pronouncements in terms of agriculture. I suspect that you will see a different approach in the next budget that will be presented pretty soon as far as agriculture is concerned. But we will have to, at the same time, eat what we grow and grow what we eat, and of course generate import substitutes. So instead of maybe the chips, maybe we could look at breadfruit and dasheen and so on. But let's see. But there is that line of talk. I know that they are looking at what is called the blue economy, which of course you're dealing with sea aquaculture and seafoods, etc. Quite apart, of course, from the beach and the fishing industry. There is that part of it that they are looking at as well. So it's quite an agenda, and we're going to be focusing on it in due course. But I just want you to know that the government will not be it appears that the government is very conscious of the fact of the Dutch disease that Eric Williams brought us through as a result of the blessings of oil and gas, or the discovery thereof. And we had the Dutch disease, as people call it, and did not pay attention to agriculture, even though we had the best cocoa in the world, for example, and of course very arable lands for that purpose, agriculture that is, and we have a fair amount of swamp and so on that we can do a lot of course, of the things that we can put forward to the world in terms of packaging and selling to earn foreign exchange. So you're heading in the right direction, my friend.
Yeah, but doctor,
yes.
if the government push it serious, right? I think the population will accept it, and
it has potential for massive employment. Yeah, I agree. Can absorb a lot of the idle labor that we have right now.
Yeah, I think the people and them ready for that.
Yes, thanks very much.
Ready for that. Watch out before you go. Watch how them just work CPEP. Watch how good them does be working. Serious does be working.
Yeah.
The people want to work.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, and I want to tell you a good point that you would have raised, but I want to also tell you that under the NAR, for example, the agricultural rehabilitation plantation project, for example, I know that Dr. Carson Charles was the man behind that, and every morning I used to be amazed that the persons would be walking down the various parts of Laventille and on the Eastern Main Road, going to the priority bus route, catching the Ministry of Works vehicle to take them up to the farm, wherever it is in the country, and then returning in the evening. They're tired like hell. Yeah. They have no time to go and rob anybody, etc., because they're tired. But more importantly, they recognize that there is another world. Many of the Laventillians, because they live in a concrete jungle, don't know that there are other parts of Trinidad and Tobago that is totally different to Laventille and East Port of Spain, you know. So I think that too, because what came out of that is that many people gravitate back into agriculture and were, of course, operating holdings and so on, and producing their cattle and milk and all the other things that is associated, including, of course, poultry. So, yes, I think that is the direction in which the present government has to go and must go. And I'm sure that over time you will be around to see that materialize.
All right, my brother.
Yes. Okay then. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. So we have that, but still, people, we have people who are skeptical. Oh boy, let's go to the line. President, good night. Welcome.
Hey, good night to you, Lennox, and good night, COP.
Good night to you.
Good night to all your viewers and listeners, Trinidad and Tobago and abroad.
Yes.
Lennox, you see, before all this CPEP and thing these people talking about, I was 14 years old when Belmont Junior Sec, right?
Yeah.
And
Brooklyn, good night to you, Brooklyn. Good night to you, Brooklyn.
Everybody sleeping. I get up 3 o'clock. Sometimes I may run down the priority bus route from Mova Junction. I used to live Caledonia.
Right.
And I would be in the market for 3 o'clock in Central Market.
Good.
And then at some 3 o'clock, by time 6:30, I run in all the market. I sometimes had $250, sometimes $300 in my pocket. And when I tell you, that money used to be like a whole day's work just in a few hours. Why? They used to have people coming from Tobago to the market to buy goods, right?
Yes.
And I'm talking about a time where, I don't know if this still happen today, where the Grenadian banana boat would be on the wharf. They will have the Vinci boat bringing in thing, right? They would have all them boats and them coming in and parking up, and then they would have van men who would be in the port bringing the goods from the boat. Where you're walking, you're walking, you helping take off goods off the boat and then bringing it to the market.
Yeah.
And then you have your customers. I was a barrow man from 14 years old. So you see, when I see big man talking about they ain't had no money and they had no work, and I could tell you I was 14 years, a child. and going and I was buying my own sneakers, going in the movie theater, all in rich cinema and thing, and all in them cinema all over the place with big people at 14 years because I hustling in the morning when them people sleeping and waking up and saying they have no money, they do this, do that. How I could have find myself in that position to make an honest hustle and build? I had Indian people from all south all over had me stay in their house all weekend because of how they love me like a son, for being good to them, for doing things and working right in the market. I stay in Tobago. Tobagonian people let me stay in the house all through the week, carry me beach, to treat me like I did child because I was just honest and fair. And when I have a customer, nobody can pass and pick up that customer goods in the market, you know. You crazy? That goods protected by a 14-year-old, no big man, nobody can come and touch nothing there and pick up and thief nothing there. If I working for you, your goods is protected. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That the kind of ambition I had from 14 years, and I wasn't starting to go and rob like these young boys and them today. And don't get me wrong, you hear where I'm from, eh? Because at that time when I go in places and I see man put on 7 guns and they tell me take one, boy, because people go come around, you take one. I didn't gotta pay. And them I tell you about in the 90s, you know. Me telling you about the 2000 and I tell you about the 90s where that time I tell all that gun and I telling you, man has 7 guns out on that table there and telling me because I grew up amongst them whose family, who's this, and I said I don't want no part of that. You know why? If I make that one mistake, Lennox and COP, and pick up a gun at a young age, I would not be here today to tell a story about my life growing up in Caledonia. I used to sell Chinet on Mova Junction. I used to be a hustler. I want to make an honest dollar. I used to sell mango. Everything that I get until I start working and buying my own little orange and bananas and things, and I open a fruit shed. And everybody in the community was supporting my fruit shed. You know why? Because they appreciate to see how this young fella not fall in the bunch to go and study to rob gas station and rob here and rob quick shop. Not me. And I could tell you, I had the opportunity. I just had it. At that time when I reached 18 and I go by the URP office, I see the bad men and them who I know walking in and going by Heinz, walking past the line and walking right in and go by Heinz and do whose area contract foreman and this area foreman and that gangsters, you know, right? Going by Heinz. I telling you, I see that because when they walking through the ghetto with the AK and the 9s, I see them going in by Heinz, P&M Heinz. I telling you that I don't know, like I can call in him and tell you because I witnessed it. All I had to do was come out the line and walk in with them because I could not do it. But you know what? My mind was strong. And when I reached, after lining up so much for 1 year after, when I reached 18, they tell me, Heinz didn't see nobody again. And when the woman tell you Heinz didn't see nobody, Heinz didn't see nobody, you know. But again, I had to leave that day and come back the next day when I cannot make the decision to just walk in with the people who know me and I know them. But I choose not to ride with that squad because I know that squad is either jail or death. There's no long life. You have to be real lucky to not to make jail or to not to be dead. If you had to choose, and plenty of my people I grew up with, yeah, they gone, plenty, hundreds of them gone, right? Because of that type of lifestyle, they choose to pick up the gun that was given to them. And where do them guns come from? It's P&M contracts by them guns. You understand? I see it, I grew up and see it. So again, I telling people, if I had the ambition as a youth to go to the market from 14 years and make money, hustle, all on the wharf, meet people treat me like family, Indian people, Chinese people, all kind of people who come in to buy goods, to go all over Trinidad, South, Arima, Sawa, everywhere, they go Martin, who had grocery. First I was good. Black Man Supermarket. Black Man, you remember Black Man Supermarket, Lennox?
Yeah, very distinctly, yes.
Right. Yeah. Black Man Supermarket hire me because them was one of my customers in the market who I would work for. Hire me to be in work in the grocery, And after 2 weeks, Black Man Supermarket opening the parking lot, two tent, and was selling provision and thing. Who you think inspired him and was in charge of them 2 tents outside in the parking lot? Was me, because he see my ambition and how I know how to hustle and sell and make, and I could tell you, I all them time in there. You understand? From young, I doing these things. So again, when the people talk about the government and the government and the government, I know that they separate the market. I don't know if it's under the PNM they do that or who they do that. But one point in time, they moved the market from central and put them somewhere up in the east. And that kind of make a kind of destruction in the business, because when everybody was coming to the business,
the wholesale part has gone up.
The wholesale, because that's what it was. The wholesale part, when it was one place where all the money was dealing with right there, it was more good to make a hustle and come out with that money. But when they separated, it kind of slowed down the pace when people had to go up McCoy and all these places. I don't think that was a good idea that they did. But I know all of that maybe don't even exist today, because I don't even know if the boats just come on the port and bring goods to the market. Yeah. I think all of that gone away, because most of the food we imported now. So I don't even know if that type of thing still going on after all these years. But I could tell the young people, it have money to make without even, you don't have to beg, you don't have to wait for no hamper. That's the PNM mentality, the PNM brainwashed mindset. I didn't depend on them. I realized where I cannot go to the market, and when I see how easy it was to make money from 14 years, I went clear from there until I reached like around 20 and started working taxi. Then after I ended up playing, well, I was paying pan from all them age, but I ended up getting a little thing to go Japan and thing, and my whole life changed from that point in time, because I always used to. I go tell you something. Mm-hmm. I go tell you one thing. I used to sit down on the standpipe and watch airplane go from where I was in Caledonia. You used to see the airplane going over the water over by the Biton over there and going over to Caroni to land in the airport. Right. And I used to just sit down there and pray. I say, one day I could be on a plane going somewhere. I don't know where I'm going, you know. And because of the goodness of how I was raised and how my mindset was, I didn't just reach America, you know. I ended up all in Japan. And not even once. More than once I went to Japan, because I was just good to people. And I tell you how much people treat me like if I just turn it up. People on in Kunapia will tell you, that's my son, Indian people, you know. You understand? Because of the way I live with people. You understand? And how I treat them. And when they're in the market, nobody doing them nothing. You understand? Because again, where I was from, and I have family all through Lavanti, all over the place. So I was always, you know, I was a good fella. I had not to be no badness to be known. I was a good one for everybody. And that's how I was raised. So any young people who tell you about they have to work on the government, this and the government that, all you use all your brain, but you don't have to have no set of education. I went to Belmont, I went secondary school. But again, once you can read and write and count, you don't need nothing else. And today, I training and teaching people in America who are bachelors and all kind of degree, which me don't have anything. And they had to call me boss from a fellow who come out of the Port of Spain market. Them calling me boss in America. So that's just to tell all you how it is. Yes, have a good night.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much. See, people, I'll have to do some work tonight. I'll have to edit that and cut out that piece. And just for those young people to recognize that all is not lost, and these testimonies, I think, would be beneficial to them. If he could do it, everybody else could do it. Coming from where they...
Hello, good night, Mr. Lennox and COP. That Brooklyn was talking there?
Yeah? That's who? That's who?
See, Brooklyn, when you're in the PNM talk shows program there, that plane crashed a long time ago. We glad for the opportunities you get. You come out of poverty, 14 years of hustling in the market. Since 8 years, I pushing barren in the market. My adopted parents is Indian. I live by Indian family for a whole decade. They got poverty, they give me lands, plans, and things there. So, we glad for Brooklyn, but don't try to abuse we program. Because when you're on worship program, from Mondays to Thursdays, You don't call because we should have no program today, what? So you're calling the program to talk long.
Don't go there, man, my good friend. Don't go there.
No, I'm telling them. I see partners, he go back with his partner Kingsley. What,
But that's all right. I mean, we have a program for everybody.
Lennox.
Yeah.
All of them. By Lennox, it's very serious, you know. Who feels that those things, you know. But we got to hear your testimony.
Yeah,
but still long and watch the program too. Don't abuse the program. Call them. We have program from Mondays to Thursdays. Show your support. Give me that support here too. Bless.
All right. Thanks very much. Yes. I was making a point that the testimonies like these need to be packaged and, of course, projected to the young people, because the essence, no matter what differences in opinion outside of that, the moral of the story is that you have to have a plan, you have to work hard, you have to have incremental successes, and eventually opportunities will present itself galore, and you'll be able to make choices, and that's it. So plenty of our young people, particularly in these parts, really don't understand and know that. So thank you very much, caller, for that intervention, which of course part of it is your testimony. Yeah, go ahead, CP, Dr. Asiel.
KFC have a boy, don't go there. But
we have a next one boy. Gosh, boy.
And listeners,
all right.
Tell me,
let's go to
I was a boss for the past 20-30 years that the workers and them show so much love and support. The workers and them actually cheer the hand when Minister Barry Parrott was walking in that protest.
Yeah, definitely. But let's go to the line. Professor, good night. Welcome.
Good night to the political leader of Love the Rocket. Laventille Outreach for Vertical Enrichment, that powerful party, Love the Rocket. I say good night to the Honorable Mr. COP there, because you know you have a serious co-pilot there. Without your co-pilot, you know, as this is a serious thing, eh? But Lennox, we have some serious issues in what taking place, boy. And you know, I fully agree and thank God that it have the corridor of transformation. Good night to all the viewers. Good night to the members and the candidates of Love the Rocket for Laventille Outreach for Vertical Enrichment, because this is the time, our time, the people time is now. Lennox, if you're on a journey, boy, and you have a vehicle, this is common sense alone, right? This vehicle have all the goods, all the wealth, and the vehicle, the only way for it to reach a destination, we have to get it to the gas station to put fuel and then back on the road for the journey to go forward, right? And if you only have one man or three men pushing it, and it going tomorrow, we have a time frame, right? We have a time frame of 2 to 3 years again. And I'm telling you, watch. We need all hands on deck. If this 3 persons pushing this vehicle, and the vehicle, it will take 10 years to reach the destination. May the Lord help us all. If every hand on deck and that vehicle could just push within half an hour, we'll reach that destination, and every man, Jack, will have ham, lamb, and jam. Everybody, including the PNM too, because we have to fix this country, right? This country needs fixing. We have serious issues, boy, and what is happening, it is not, we've seen serious things, persons are there, and some of them, I don't know if they don't know what to do, but we need more hands on decks for the ball to keep rolling properly. While sometimes something stick in the ball, it will have somebody to grease the ball for it to roll fluidly. So the mechanism of everything will function properly, right? Look what is taking place right now. Mr. Lennox, I bring this to your attention already. You know, this year, I have reached 60 years. Thank you, Father Lord, for helping me to see that 60 years. And I hope that I see many more. to come in the future, and I will see many more in Jesus' mighty name. Mr. Lennox, this is not right, boy. I have my workplace have been playing game with me over 8 to 9 years, right? They was not paying my contribution, right? I have made 706 contribution. If they was paying that contribution from 8 to 9 years, I would have crossed over that of 750. Mr. Lennox, earlier this year, I have turned 60 years, boy, and I can't get my own NIS pension, boy.
Wow.
Somebody have to be held accountable for this. We have laws governing this land. We have our Industrial Relations Act. We have our collective agreement. We have the constitutions, right? We have laws to govern this land properly. Why these things is not functioning? This is not right, boy. I hurt with this. Over the years, I work tirelessly, boy. I work very, very hard in the public sector and for private organization. And as a public servant, I work almost 15 years in the public sector, right? I mean, oh gosh, man, I'm entitled to get my NIS pension. Somebody have to be held accountable for this action, right? This is not right. And I asking for this issue to be sorted out because, Lennox, you helped me write a letter already.
Yes.
And when, you know what I do, Lennox? That same letter, I take it. And I didn't know. I come down right in the back by you down there. Where the Ministry of Labor is down there.
Yeah.
I think the street here, boy, and I went upstairs, and the lady, when she see it,
on Duke Street, yeah.
Yes, your honorable political leader. You know what the lady tell me? When she see that letter, she say, and your workplace is a state agency. They didn't report your matter. She say, you know what we're going to do? We have something called OSHA, and we're going to sue your workplace, right? And they had it to come to court in industrial court and pay guilty for a fine. This is not right, man. I don't mind they do the foolishness and they pay guilty and they pay the fine. But I want them to pay my contribution to the NIB.
Yeah, because,
so I could start to get my NIS pension. Yeah, this is not right. Yeah. Lennox, it have persons outside here. We activists, it have people being victimized because we in the political arena, and sometimes we might say something and it offend our other political entity, and then it have certain persons when they're doing something foolish, you might be close to them and you expose them. They also painting an ugly picture against you, and they know the right thing, you know, but they're twisting it in a different.
And the old talk and the
this is not right. This is not right. These issues need to be fixed. And I say good night again to KFC. You know, you always contribute a positive thing, and he always asks for the voice of the people to be heard, because as like himself, Lennox, you are well. We know that all is not well with you. All is not well with my brother COP. All is not well with the members and the candidates of Love the Rocket, Laventille Outreach for Vertical Enrichment. All is not well. We need these issues to be sorted out. We have a very good leader, a prime minister. She does listen, and we asking her to looking into these things, because it have persons behind she trying to change she like a clock.
Yeah.
Right? We need these issues to be sorted out. We need the vehicle to be running, so it will be everything will be moving properly and well in this country. Yes. Right? I don't know that it had today. It had the Laventille Outreach for Vertical Enrichment supposed to have
a press conference. So we postpone it to next week Wednesday.
This is a serious thing, you know. These issues have to be sorted out as we are going into Christmas there, right? We have issues. Look, COP. COP is our old stalwart for donkey years. Those are the days he even saying it. I remember in hustling my little change to go and buy a phone card. Those days, as you buy a $20 finish, a $20 phone card, before 3 minutes you're cut off. COP spent thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars because he's a man. I used to be listening every single radio station he on, every TV station. Sometimes you see he talking about what is happening to the people down south, somewhere down close to the seaside and all them things down there, what was happening to the people, right? And he always looking out. That man have over the years he membership keep climbing. He had 100 and something persons, 200 and something persons. He crossed over 5 something, then over 1,000 and something people following him. Those are the community activists for the people, the political leaders and them around this country. There's aim at the activists and them because there's coming that for them to help. Without the activists and them, the machine, the ball cannot go out nowhere. If you cannot just listen to the top activists in the communities and the persons who give you the power. Oh gosh, man, this is a serious issue. We need these issues to be sorted out. We know that the meeting is coming, and I'm telling you, it is Lennox time, Mr. COP time. I want to see you all sitting on high office. I'm telling you, this is a serious thing. I also want to see the candidates, because it's sad to see, boy. I see the candidates and them for Love the Rocket. I saw some of them. I don't know their face. I think I happens to see one of them because I have family living in Caledonia number 2, right? And because I used to live in number 1 on the old road side, right? And some of them, the people and them, they know my family. I've been afraid to say it's Sukram and them, Beam and them, right? But I'll leave that right there. And what is happening? These candidates and them, how they feeling? How you work so hard and push the vehicle and it jumpstart and it gone forward and leave you behind? That can't work, man. Yeah. This is a serious issue.
Yeah, thanks very much.
My brother, good night. Good night, COP.
Yeah. Okay, my friend. Only to say, of course, that our candidate, Laverton East Movement, he's on the one of the boards connected to the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. I think he's on the Rural Development Board. But let's go to the line quickly and let's
Lennox to June Ramkisuna. The number is 33. What's the number?
Like
33676940.
3376940.
You hear me?
No long Jackson for that number.
Yeah, don't worry. KFC is my partner too, no?
Yeah. No problem. Yes.
KFC is my partner too. So
he told us that.
Yeah, they're my partner, so don't worry with him. But I don't know if it's the first time he hearing me on this program, but he don't know I just be calling this program too.
Nah, apparently
he does listening now. KFC.
It's one love, one people.
Yeah, they're my partner. I know you're going through little
all right, yes, feel free, man, because this is what this is all about. Thank you very much for that intervention. Of course, COP, very little time for you, boy, but in terms of your inputs. But let's hear you quickly before we
finish. That thing when all the personal life stories all they put that on a journal, man. Put that on a book and put it in my made bookstore. Brooklyn, good night to you. You know about it, yeah, Lash. I would like to hear the people and then stick on the union. And Felicia their contribution rather than bring all them set of stories and them keep all the personal stories and put it on a book and put it on a bookstore.
Let's get on.
And let me deal with politics over here.
Yeah.
For the past 20 years, me and see workers and them applaud a utility minister and someone who in charge of us like what I see 2 days ago on television. It's over 22,000 workers applauding this man. This man only become minister a year and something. Look, these people have done that 10% sign off now. It's just to wait for money to go in bank. The unions and them that cousin Felicia and saying she working on behalf of the people and them. Where were you all the time? All you watch the PNM mash up the OW to you. All you watch the PNM mash up TSTT. And every time the union changes the party, the president of TSTT is a PNM. The president of the Nursing Association is a PNM. They say that frank comment. So what interfere with this administration? The unions and them that say no, we're not supporting wrongdoing, we supporting developing political party who seek the interests of the future of the country, which is the coalition of interests. You see the union and them supporting that because they see development. The PNM leaders and them, they support destruction. They support neglect. All they watch thousands of people going home and all they speak nothing. All they say nothing. You know the president of the Nurses Association, Lennox Smith.
Yeah.
Them fighting for 2013 salary.
Yeah. Well, everybody was fighting for 2014 to 2017 and 2017 to 2019.
But the UNC, Kamala Prasad Bisasa paid them from 2003 to 2013. What the PNM was owing them. And them stay over there. And them stay there 13 years.
Yeah, but yet still they're talking about that party.
And not one time they stand up and protest and say, Minister of Health, we want money. Keith Rowley, we raise the money. It's 2013 salary working on.
Hello? Anybody coming down on the ground and of course walk and talk with them. But let's go back to the line.
Mash up that union.
Yes.
Hello, good night, Mr. COP and Uncle Lennox. Mr. Good night to my friend, my partner, PTSC. Well, it's time for me to speak out on PTSC because we do the groundwork and I meet so and so places and they explain to me what really going on with you. But some of we activists and them go afraid to speak out and talk because they're afraid they'll get victimized. Well, who God bless no man curse they can victimize me? Well, I don't go to above, I must eat, I must drink. I know how to survive out here. That's what you.
Right, my friend.
And then?
All right. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Let's take in Padarat and of course visiting the workers.
KFC, you wouldn't come over here and fight me government. You wouldn't come over here and chastise my government. All our is UNC. Take your pressure and stop salt.
Side of Wassa, as quickly as they should be. Felicia also made the case for the concerns that you have regarding the internal arrangements, regarding your HR management here. I have given the commitment that that will be reviewed. We will have a discussion with the chairman and the board, meaning the PSA, the chairman and the board, and the management here, to see what the challenges are, and therefore a determination in terms of the way forward with respect to any HR management changes will have to come from those discussions. I cannot insert myself, as you would appreciate, into the direct workings of the HR department of the company. However, I give you the commitment that it will not be swept under the rug, that these things will be reviewed, and we will report back to your executive and to your president in an effort to have that matter resolved one way or the other.
This is specific to Marvin Gonzalez because I saw him all over the media making statements concerning Wassa. Marvin Gonzalez has no moral authority to speak on anything Wassa, and the message to him is to stay out of Wassa business. This is the same organization he attempted to destroy while he was in office, and he didn't get the opportunity to do it. Stay out of Wassa's business.
I now get into some of the contributions from before. The Honorable.
Pleasant good afternoon to all members of the civil service, statutory authorities, and the Tobago House of Assembly. This is your President, Felicia Thomas, and I'm here to give you another update on your negotiations. %% is here. Today, the executive of the PSA met with the personnel department and received a formal offer on your behalf of 10%. Comrades, I must say, promise made, yet another promise kept. I must thank the Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisasa for her commitment, for ensuring that the promises made on that workers' agenda continue to roll out. And of course, thanks to the Honorable Minister of Finance for the work that he has done in ensuring that 10% was a possibility today. To both and to the administration, they continue to put workers on the agenda, and for that, we must be thankful. But I must comment that I'm seeing people running around like vampires in the sun. Every time they hear 10%, every time it seems as though public officers getting closer to receiving 10%, it tears them up inside. Well, to you, I have to say, eat your heart out. 10% is real. 4% is off the table, long gone, and long live public officers and their 10%. Have a good day, folks.
Yes, but at the same time, people, there are those, she said that they are vampires in the daytime. I think that is an oxymoron, because the vampires don't come out in the daytime, but it just goes to show how destructive they would like to be but cannot be, because they destroy themselves whilst they're in the sun. And that's the interpretation I gave to that statement that was made, because I'm sure she knows that vampires love the darkness and not the light. That means, as it may, of course, there are those who are going to be skeptical, but I think that is well recorded and documented in song by, of course, a very what I consider be long time, but very patriotic and knowledgeable and very prolific writer, a song, and I think this song may be most appropriate.
Mr. Trinidad, tell me what scene you on. Do you just like political confusion? You criticizing the way you live, yet you can't produce an alternative. You say you against the power structure, you ain't like the opposition either. But take care, you jump out the hot water and end up in the center of the fire. Because you refuse to vote in election, but then you want revolution. You're strongly against communism. You walk out on colonialism. You say if William had to go, but who to replace him? You ain't know. So to make a long story short from in front, Trinidadians they really know what they want.
Sing along, maestro. Sing along, man. That is music to the hilt. And I'm saying so against the context. Yes, against the context that there are those who believe that the present administration didn't have a game plan. They would prefer that there is not an exit plan for the SOE, etc. We have all of that to play tonight. And of course, let me just go there one time, just to demonstrate that there is a game plan. Of course, Gonzalez and Rowley and Stuart Young, and they would want us to believe that there is no exit plan for the as far as the SOE is concerned. But let me rub it in their face, let them eat their heart out, according to Felicia, that the fact of the matter is that people are now being satisfied, they are seeing the opportunities that are coming, and that are in fact here in some instances, and therefore they have no choice but to accept the fact that the present administration not only knows what it wants, but is doing what is required. Let's go straight here.
The number plates of vehicles on the roadway. We intend to put something close by on the highway to give us that added advantage. But these things we'll talk about eventually. All right, and this is where it all begins. Now we are going to share some things with you. We have the buzzer. Now this system here, if you look at the top of the building, there are a number of cameras on the building itself. So you're going to get a feed from here, and a feed will be going elsewhere. And we are trying to organize a feed from elsewhere to come here. Understand? All right, so this is up and running though, but we're gonna do all of that today. Making the officers comfortable. You could come in. We have where they can store things. We have where they can heat things up. And again, it's about making the officers comfortable, because it's not just about members of the public alone, it's about making the officers comfortable so they will be able to respond and give their all, their 110% to citizens who need it the most. And then we can enter here. Now, we will determine how we suit this up. We can interview persons here. But also, we can also redesign the room. So there are a lot of things that we intend to do. And then we have the area here to ensure that all is well. You see? Ensure that all is well. Now this is not just an idea that just came about and they would say, oh yeah, we do. We thought of it. We thought about the response. We thought about how best this could serve Trinidad and Tobago in a crime-fighting effort. And rest assured, let me see, come here, you could have a seat with me. We can have a conversation whether they're there, or we might remove these and put spaces that persons could take a 2 minutes rest, because this is an active unit. Right? We try not to bring persons here to rest.
So people, of course, you get a snippet. Of course, tomorrow night we will go a little more elaborate. So here it is, a rollout exit plan as far as SOE is concerned. This is what this is all about. But of course, we have said on this program and elsewhere that is good. That is for police. But of course, in terms of sustainable reduction of crime and criminality, the community itself has to get involved directly, sustainably. The police will do the hard policing, if you want to call it that. And even though, of course, some elements are talking about soft policing, the fact is that police will always be police. But the community must now be actively involved, having regard to the fact that the hard policing are not too far from you, and therefore the intimidation and some of the trepidation and some of the fright and fear and phobia, I think, could be eliminated by these 30, let's say, stations or booths that will be situated in strategic places across Trinidad and Tobago. But I want to say that it has worked, because if you look at Japan, for example, you have these, what is called Kobans, K-O-B-A-N, Kobans, all over Japan. And Japan, as you know, is one of the safest countries in the world. One of the safest countries in the world. And I think whether our attitude and our culture and our disposition is different from theirs, the fact is that once you have visibility as far as law enforcement is concerned, it goes a long way. But at the end of the day, it is the community on which sustainable reduction would rely. That by itself, clearly, in other words, will not cut it, but it has to work in conjunction with the all-of-community approach. But just take a look at what is happening in Japan, just in case, because you know we.
Have you ever wondered why Japan has police boxes everywhere? They're called koban, and they're one big reason Japan feels so safe. Koban aren't just for arrests. Police officers here help with directions, lost items, and local problems. Because officers are always nearby, small issues are solved before they become crimes. This close connection between police and the community builds trust. That's why Japan is one of the safest countries in the world. Would this work in your country? Follow for more Japanese culture. Have you ever wondered why Japan has police boxes everywhere? They're called koban.
Only in Japan. Have you ever heard of koban? Koban is a small neighborhood police station. It contributes safety and security of our life very much. There are over 14,000 koban in Japan. You can ask for help at the koban from lost property like a stolen wallet or a passport, asking directions, etc. Some koban located in a very busy tourist areas like Shibuya or Gion, Kyoto. In such koban, the police officer can speak English too. We go to koban not only to ask for help, but also report anything valuable we pick up on the street. It's said that the probability of finding a dropped wallet is about 60% in Japan. This figure is very good compared to other countries. Do you know why? The number one reason is the fact that there is a place to report to. Thanks to koban system, we can have peace of mind. So, if you ever have picked up anything valuable,
We are seeing the number plates of vehicles on the roadway. We intend to put something close by on the highway to give us that added advantage. But these things we'll talk about eventually.
Because you refuse to vote in election, but then you want revolution. You're strongly against communism. You walk out on colonialism.
So yes, people, we have come to the end of tonight's program. I think a lot of information, a lot of new things you won't get anywhere else but on the corridor transformation. Stay tuned. And of course, those who are skeptical and saying that the government doesn't have an exit plan for SOE, think differently, think otherwise, because that will be a fake and fallacious position that you would have taken, whether you were told about it or whether you were made to believe that. What you are seeing unfolding before your very eyes clearly doesn't say that Trinidad and Tobago will be reverting anytime soon to the evil and the egregious and the crime and criminality that we have grown accustomed to. No, but with the assistance and work within the community itself, in the absence of a ZOSO plan, I tell you we are on the right path. COP, your finals.
Patricia Reed, behave yourself now. Good night to you, Patricia Reed. Behave yourself now, man. Nadia, good night to you. Jay Owlet, good night to you. To all the listeners and viewers of the Corridor Transmission, it's nice to see that all you being part of something that is good. I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I don't know if my heart have a bottom, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for being part of the Corridor Transformation. Whilst we go along, the program will come. But this national security thing you're playing here, Lennox Smith. I would like to see this as a paid advertisement.
That's where we're going. That's where we're going.
Trinidad and Tobago, only have a nice night. Yes. I like my partner when he's cutting off. You see the partner Carolyn. You see only want to hear COP talk. You want to hear COP talk. You want to hear COP talk. That not you locked on from Monday to Thursday, and you'll hear me talking about it. And I want to tell the listeners and viewers as well here one time. Only be part of a UNC program amongst UNC activists. Don't be amongst PNM activists who just become saying they is UNC activists just to make money and have a program. Support all the UNC activists who start with nothing, who don't have nothing, and looking to build our organization and sticking with our party. Don't run down two old man program who looking to make money, who all their life there was PNM. Wall Street and them is not no blasted UNC. Them is PNM trying to become wealthy off of the UNC. Trinidad and Tobago, have a good night.
Yes, indeed, of course. Well, you couldn't say it better, my friend. And as I said earlier, the race is not for the strongest or the fastest, but who can endure to the end. And as Confucius would have said, the longest journey begins with what? a single step. And these days are single steps. But we are moving inexorably to the highest heights. Of course, don't forget tomorrow morning, the ground report and the Mike, well, not Mikey, but of course, Snipes and myself, as we continue, of course, with these and other issues. We'll see you tomorrow night at the same time, 8 o'clock. Bye-bye.
Love, man.
He's only young man, yet you run and call back as
Joshua want to say something. I don't know why.
Good night, everybody.
Good night to you, Josh. Be more confident. Be confident. It will grow. Be confident in yourself. Good night to all listeners and viewers of the Corridor Translation. Write it down before you come on the mic. Write it down on a piece of paper. Rehearse it 4 or 5 times. And then come and be confident. Good night to all listeners and viewers of the Corridor Translation. Be confident in yourself. You're going right. Good night to you.
Indian, Trinidadian, naive as ever. That is why they formed the Mahasabha. They're conservative, only talking race. Yet you see so much dogla all around the place. They say they just need pork for them. How come them and black pudding is such good friend? You're making your own self a papi show. You might end up just like Rumpelstiltskin. You call Pat Solomon a bashon, yet spending your money in London. You say the country's ace-crime fighter is a regular ganja smoker. You call your picture a seditious traitor. Now that same traitor is a union leader. It won't surprise me if you move Malik from death row and make him minister of home affairs tomorrow. Rasta Trinidadian, walking, talking peace. Yes, he always in trouble with the police. Saying peace and love, right on, brother man. Yet if you watch him hard, he want to break your hand. They say they doesn't need pork for them. How come them and black pudding is such good friends? They're making their own self a papi show. You might end up just like Rumpelstiltskin. Tear dog area prosecute soldiers. For that, he got one set of horrors.
Ay, 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 ay.